Why are we more connected than ever, yet suffering from a loneliness epidemic that's destroying our mental health? The digital world isn't designed to bring us together. It's designed to keep us clicking, replacing real human bonding with shallow, transactional data exchanges. This is the great paradox of our time. We are more connected than any generation in history, yet we're experiencing a loneliness epidemic. How can this be? We have the world at our fingertips, but we've lost the feeling of being held. Today, we are going to dive deep into why this happens and explore how we can engineer genuine human connection in our increasingly virtual world. Let's start with a bit of science. Our brains are wired for connection through millions of years of evolution. When we interact with someone face to face, a beautiful neurochemical dance begins. We make eye contact. We mirror body language. We share a physical space. This triggers the release of hormones like oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Oxytocin fosters trust, empathy, and a sense of belonging. It's the biological glue that holds human relationships together. Think about a warm hug, a shared laugh, or even just sitting in comfortable silence with a friend. These moments are rich with physiological cues that our brains interpret as safety and connection. Now, let's contrast that with our digital interactions. Social media platforms, messaging apps, and video calls are masterpieces of engineering, but they're primarily designed for one thing: engagement. The algorithms that run these platforms are not optimized for your well-being or your sense of connection. They are optimized to keep you scrolling, clicking, and watching. They feed on a different set of neurochemicals, primarily dopamine. Every like, every share, every notification gives you a tiny hit of dopamine, creating a reward loop that keeps you coming back for more. It's a system built on intermittent rewards, much like a slot machine. It's engaging, even addictive, but it's not fulfilling. It simulates social interaction without providing the deep, neurochemical rewards of genuine bonding. This is where the problem hits home for you. You find yourself in this strange digital landscape, constantly performing, curating your life for an audience. You're connected to hundreds, maybe thousands of people, but the interactions feel shallow, transactional. You see the highlight reels of everyone else's lives and wonder why yours doesn't measure up. You might have long text conversations, but you miss the nuance of a person's voice, the warmth of their presence. The result is a profound sense of isolation. You're in a crowded room, but you feel invisible. You're surrounded by signals, but you're starving for a real sign of connection. This digital static drowns out the quiet, authentic melody of human relationships, leaving you a lonely place to be, and you're not alone in feeling this way. So, what's the solution? Do we just unplug and go live in the woods? For most of us, that's not realistic or even desirable. The digital world is here to stay. The answer isn't to reject technology, but to reshape it. We need to build a new generation of digital tools that are human-centric by design. The future of connection lies in synthesizing those missing physiological cues into our digital interfaces. Imagine a virtual reality space where your avatar doesn't just mimic your movements, but also subtly mirrors the nonverbal cues of the person you're talking to, fostering a subconscious sense of rapport. Think about haptic technology wearables that can translate a digital hug into a gentle pressure, or a shared virtual experience that incorporates synchronized sensory feedback like warmth or a gentle breeze. We can design hybrid spaces, both physical and digital, where remote participants aren't just a face on a screen, but have a tangible presence. For example, a smart table that lights up where a remote colleague would be sitting, or ambient soundscapes that sync up between different locations to create a shared sense of environment. We can even use biometric data, with full consent and privacy, to create feedback loops that encourage empathy. Imagine seeing a subtle visual cue that indicates a friend's heart rate has quickened, helping you realize they're excited or anxious. It's about embedding the richness of physical presence into the fabric of our digital lives. This brings us to the key takeaway. Authentic synthetic intimacy is not an oxymoron. It is something we can consciously and deliberately construct. We've spent decades engineering systems for efficient information exchange, and now we must apply that same ingenuity to engineering systems for deep emotional connection. It's not about faking intimacy. It's about building digital bridges that can carry the full weight of human emotion. We can create tools that encourage vulnerability over performance, presence over polishing, and genuine empathy over algorithmic engagement. We have the ability to make technology feel less like a cold glass screen and more like a warm help a hand. The goal is to use technology not as a substitute for real-world interaction, but as a powerful extension of our innate human need to connect, especially when distance separates us. And this is where you come in. This isn't just a job for engineers and designers. We all have a role to play. I want to call you to action. Start by being more mindful of your own digital habits. Ask yourself, does this interaction make me feel genuinely connected or just momentarily distracted? Choose platforms and tools that prioritize quality of connection over quantity of contacts. But more importantly, use your voice. Advocate for a human-centric technology. Support companies and creators who are trying to build these new kinds of connected experiences. Talk about this issue with your friends and family. Demand more from the technology that shapes so much of our lives. We are not just passive consumers of technology. We are co-creators of the digital world we will all inhabit. Let's work together to build a future where technology doesn't isolate us, but helps us find each other, creating a world that is not just more connected, but more deeply human. Thank you so much for watching. If this conversation resonated with you, please like this video and share it with someone you think needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into how we can use technology to better our lives. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start the conversation.